The world is one family. Everyone belongs to one family. We stand for unity. We stand against hatred. Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany Yu, and I am joining you from San Francisco, California, in the United States. I hope this finds you safe and well. So in this session, I just wanted to walk through a couple different mental health strategies that have all been inspired by a friend of mine. She's a psychotherapist based in New York City named Gina Moffa. Hi, Gina, if you're watching this or going to watch this later. And the thing about mental health is similar to your physical health. You have a whole menu of how you can exercise, from yoga to going to running to going on a hike to doing different types of sports. So I'm going to present to you what I'll call like a mental health menu, and you can pick and choose what is going to work for you. This is actually my first time doing Facebook Live, so please bear with me, but I do want this session to be interactive, so to the extent that you can share comments, that would be great, but otherwise you can just note things to yourself as well. So one of the things that I think is really important during this time is what I am going to call check-in and regulation. So I believe this is 9 p.m. your time, so many of you are winding down from your day, but you're also carrying a lot of emotions from whether it was working or other things that have happened throughout the day. So check-ins are really important. And especially during this time, you know, a lot of people will talk about self-care strategies, but my friend Gina will often talk about them in terms of survival care. So right now there are no rules. You do what you need to do to take care of yourself right now, and check-ins are just really important. So I just wanted to begin this whole thing by kind of grounding ourselves in this session. So if you'll join me for 3 breath sighs, so we're going to take a long, deep breath in and then just sigh really loudly. So we'll do 3 of those. Thanks for joining me in that. And then I also just wanted to do some stretches. So if those of you want to mirror me, we're just going to lean our neck all the way over, or our head all the way over. And then we're going to look down, just roll really slowly, go back to the other side. Maybe your hair's getting in your face as well. Then look back as far as you can. Go back over to the side. Got lots of hair. All right, and then if you feel like you need to do some arm stretches, you can just grab both of your arms, put them over your head, lean all the way over to one side, then lean to the other side, lean forward, and lean back and look back. And then the last thing we'll do are shoulder rolls. Hi, Rahul. Yes, there will be some singing. I don't know if you will appreciate my singing though. So shrug your shoulders all the way up to your ears, roll them all the way back and rest them down, then roll them forward, roll them back up to your ears, roll them back, down, and forward. So with the check-in, there are just 4 questions here, and you can add comments in if you would like. But the first question is, who are you? So the responses to those for me can be, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm safe, I'm healthy, I'm in San Francisco. Then the second question is, what color are you feeling right now? What color are you feeling right now? So just kind of do a check-in on yourself and see how you're feeling. I think that I am feeling teal, you know, like a really rich royal blue color, blue-green. And sometimes framing a check-in in that way, framing a check-in question in that way is helpful because it allows you to kind of look at what your situation is a little bit more objectively. The third question is, what feels important to do, be, or accomplish right now? What feels important to do, be, or accomplish right now? So for me, thanks, Nina. What color are you feeling? So for me, what feels important to do, be, or accomplish right now, I just hope to be present with you. I hope that you can pick up some strategies from this to help manage your mental health. The way this session is going to go is we're going to do this check-in at the beginning, and then I'm going to chat for a little bit about my own story and the power of storytelling and shared vulnerability, and then we're going to kind of close with some other different exercises. And then the last question is, who or what are you grateful for? Who or what are you grateful for? I think especially during this time, it's so important to remember to root ourselves in gratitude. One of the things I've been doing every day is closing my day with 6 minutes of gratitude journaling. I'm actually on day 31 of that. And these have actually been habits I haven't really had before this. And for those of you who are joining, I'm in the middle of my 5th week of sheltering here in San Francisco. So it has been quite some time. I see some great colors coming in. Yellow, feeling kind of light. I love that. Blue. So I'm really grateful for my health. I'm really grateful for the ability to be sheltering. I'm really grateful to feel safe. I'm grateful that I have a meditation crew and an opportunity to be with a group of people to gratitude journal together. I'm grateful to the Flat and Flatmates team for inviting me to come and chat with you. So those are just 4 questions. Just if you're facilitating a group or you just want to check in with yourself is a great way to do that. So I thought I'd chat a little bit about why I'm here. So the title of this was Overcoming Grief and Trauma. For those of you who are unfamiliar with my story, I was involved in a car accident when I was 9 years old. My dad was driving. He unfortunately passed away. And I acquired a permanent disability. So I paralyzed my right arm. So I wear this kind of awesome splint, which maybe I'll tell you about in a minute. But the reason why I wanted to share this story and the title of this talk is right now what we're experiencing is what I would call collective grief and trauma. So if you haven't experienced grief before or are unfamiliar with it, it's the feeling that you get when you have experienced the loss. So it can be a loss of anything. So for me, and in my story, it was the loss of my father. It was the loss of the ability to use my arm. It was the loss of, at the time, what felt like a really happy childhood. It was the loss of my family unit. Right now, the type of grief that we're experiencing is the loss of human connection in real life, the loss of the freedom and flexibility to go outside without fear, the loss of the feeling and flexibility to go outside without fear of our safety and our health. And so these are all real things. And you will often hear me talk about the fact that I don't believe that it's necessarily overcoming, but it's more so about becoming. And to be honest, it's really okay not to feel great in a time like this. And one of the things, and you have total permission to feel everything that you're feeling right now. One of the things that I think is really important that I've discovered through a social media handle called Create to Love is about broadening our window of tolerance. So what that means is how can we separate what's happening to us physiologically, so what's happening to us in our body, versus how we react to things. So an example of that could be, let's say that you are really excited about taking a warm shower, but the water ends up being really cold. The way that your body reacts is really in shock of being like, oh my gosh, this is so cold right now. But once you get out of the shower, you emotionally and mentally know, like, I'm okay. That was just a cold shower. So how can we separate that shock response that our body is feeling from how we end up behaving in the world? And so I actually believe that this period of staying home right now to keep yourselves and others safe is broadening our own window of tolerance. Because I'm sure there are times where you go through your own day and you're like, I don't know if I can do another day of this. But the reality is, I know that you can. And to the extent that you can manage your mental health, I really believe that we're all really going to come out this stronger and with much more compassion and empathy for each other. So I'm going to go through the tasting menu of different types of mental health strategies. Some of them are more calming and some of them are more active. The calming ones are really, regulation, to regulate your breath. And the more active ones are, all of us right now are carrying around this anxious energy. And it's really important to kind of just move our bodies to the extent that we can. So the first, I was actually going to do alternate nostril breathing, but since we're in a period of not wanting to touch our faces, I will not do that. But what we're going to do is something called box breath. So you're going to inhale for 4 seconds. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 4. Hold 4. So I'll help guide you. I'm just going to turn on a little timer here. All right. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And you can count on your own time as well. I'll give you another cycle of those breaths. And you can actually slow the seconds or make them quicker depending on how you want your physiological response to be. And just go ahead and finish up that last breath. You just meditated for a minute and a half. And sometimes, all it takes is just regulating our breath, slowing down, taking those deep breath sighs that we did in the beginning, or doing these box breaths to really slow things down, because what it's really doing is it's creating like an 8-second cycle of breathing in and exhaling and holding. The next thing I would like to do is peer connection is really important right now. And one of the things I've been doing on my own check-ins is proposing a question of, what would you say to someone who's struggling today? What would you say to someone who's struggling today? And you can just post your responses into the live so people who end up watching this later can read your messages. But for me, I actually did post this question, so maybe I'll read some of the responses to you. And these can also be, what are the messages you wish you could hear right now? Control what you may and let go of the rest. May your day be filled with peace. Don't fight things, accept them, problem solve if necessary, and move forward. Take this time to stay home and rest. You are not alone, and we are in this together. We are not strangers traveling apart. Our experience now bonds us all. You can do this. Take 3 long and slow breaths. You are loved. You are loved. It's always enough. Be gentle with yourself. And my final message would be, take this time to really sit with yourself and sit in solitude. Stillness can actually be quite beautiful. So the importance of kind of going through that own exercise is, what's really important is that your health is more than just your health is more than just not being sick. And so social distancing doesn't mean being socially disconnected. You can still stay connected. And I think one of the messages that's really important for this time is to know that people really need you right now. They need those messages that I just read. And if you'd like to revisit those messages, those are on Diversability's Instagram, which is the disability advocacy organization that I run. So we're going to close with we're going to sing because that was requested. And then we're just going to close with some dancing. But if you want to listen to the whole episode with my New York-based psychotherapist friend Gina Maffa, you can tune into my podcast, Tiffany and You, and listen to that episode. And we also have another episode about ways to cultivate digitally healthy social habits, because technology can often be the reason why we feel disconnected or we feel lonely. So the important thing about singing is similar to breathing. It's all about controlled breath. And singing is a great way to, really help regulate your body and regulate your breath. So there is a woman who is, I believe she is an Australian-based musical therapist. And she came up with a little jingle called I think it's called Every Little Cell. And what she recommends that you do is, and this can be honestly it can be any song that you like. Her name is Allison Davies, and you can find her on Instagram at allisondavies.com.au. And she recommends kind of just singing the Every Little Cell song or whatever song you like just a couple of times. So we're just going to do 3 reps of it. I'm going to teach it to you. So the words are, and let me see if I can find it for you. It's every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. And then you repeat that, every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Then we finish with, I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. So I'll start it, and then you can join me if you like. So it goes, every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell, every little cell in my body is happy and well. Okay, I need to start that over again because I got nervous. But now you can join me now that you know the tune a little bit, and you can sing it in your own way if you'd like. So, Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Repeat, 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 as long as you need that. And then what we'll do is I'm going to close with a song just to get our body moving. And I have actually never sung or danced publicly before, so you guys, I guess, are in a special treat if you want it to be like that. So I picked a song that I like called Wild Things. You can pick a song that you like as well. And if you're like, I'm not a dancer, you can just mirror me. So you're gonna wanna, if you're in a chair, kind of get out of your chair, and we'll close with this song. I might just close it about a minute and a half, halfway through, but you can dance your way into the rest of your night. So this song is called Wild Things by Alicia Cara. And I'm just gonna pull it up here. Let's see. And the thing is about the dancing is that, you know, you can dance if your own way. If you're a dancer, you can follow me. It's just about moving your body and doing big things. Again, my arm is paralyzed, so I'm going to kind of adapt the moves. But this song's 3 minutes. I may turn it off at 2 minutes or so, but I'm just gonna push my chair out of the way. We'll start this song. Oh, whoops, that is not the one I want.
Find table space to say your social graces, bow your head. They're pies here, but you and I, we're pioneers. We make our own rules, our own room, nobody's here. Let them sell what they are selling, there nobody's here. So gather all the rebels now, we'll rebel rouse and sing aloud. We don't care what they say, no way, no way. And we will leave the empty chairs to those who say we can't sit there. Fine all by ourselves. So hey, we brought our drum and this is how we dance. No mistaking, we make our breaks. If you don't like our 808s, then leave us alone, cause we don't need your policies. We have no apologies for being. Find me where the wild things. Oh my, alright. Don't mind us. Find me where the wild things. Oh my, just fine. Don't mind.
All right, I think you get it. So I'm gonna tag out of here. Feel free to follow me. If you have any questions, you can find me at I'm Tiffany Yu across social media. And thank you for having me. Really grateful to have the opportunity to share my story, share some strategies that may be helpful for you, and you have permission to feel everything that you're feeling right now. Wishing you all well. Thanks.